A warm good morning to everyone. Be safe at your home. Welcome all of you to the online science class. It's me, your science teacher, Ramya ma'am. Today, I am going to discuss with you the points like redox reactions and the effects of oxidation in everyday life. At the end of today's class, you will learn about oxidation, reduction, redox reactions, corrosion and rancidity. Shall we begin the class? Redox reactions. Let us first understand the terms oxidation and reduction. We can define the oxidation and reduction in terms of addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. What is oxidation? Oxidation is the process which involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. What is oxidation? Oxidation is the process which involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. So it's a process which involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. Then what is reduction? Reduction is just opposite of oxidation. Reduction is a process which involves addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. What is reduction? Reduction is the process which involves addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. So oxidation and reduction just opposite to each other. What is oxidation? Oxidation is the process which involves addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. And reduction is the process which involves addition of hydrogen or removal of oxygen. Oxidation and reduction can be defined in two ways. Oxidation is the process which involves gain of oxygen or loss of hydrogen. Reduction is the process which involves loss of oxygen or gain of hydrogen. Now we can explain oxidation and reduction with the help of an examples. What is oxidation? Oxidation is a process which involves addition of oxygen or gain of oxygen and removal of hydrogen or loss of hydrogen. And what is reduction? Reduction is a process which involves addition of hydrogen or gain of hydrogen and loss of oxygen or removal of oxygen. Okay, we can check some examples. See, you can see four equations on the board. First one, copper oxide plus hydrogen gives copper plus water. Okay, now see what happens to the hydrogen after the reaction. After the reaction, hydrogen changes to water. How it changes to water? Because hydrogen gains oxygen. Hydrogen gains oxygen. What is gain of oxygen? Gain of oxygen is oxidation. Okay? Hydrogen gains oxygen to form water. And what happens to the copper oxide then? Copper oxide loses its oxygen. Copper oxide loses its oxygen. Loss of oxygen. What is loss of oxygen? Loss of oxygen, reduction. Clear? Hydrogen gains oxygen and form water. And copper oxide loss oxygen to form copper. So the process is reduction. Here the process is oxidation. And what about here? In case of Fe2O3 plus 2Al gives 2Fe plus Al2O3. What happens to the aluminium? Aluminium gains oxygen. Gain of oxygen. What? Gain of oxygen is oxidation. And what happens to the Fe2O3? Fe2O3 loses its oxygen. So what is loss of oxygen? Loss of oxygen reduction. Okay, so aluminium gains oxygen and form aluminium oxide. Fe2O3 lost its oxygen and form Fe. And what about here? What happens to sulfur dioxide? Sulfur dioxide loses its oxygen. Right? So loss of oxygen reduction. And what happens to the hydrogen sulfide? Hydrogen sulfide gains oxygen. Gain of oxygen reduction. Gain of oxygen, oxidation. Sulfur dioxide lost oxygen to form sulfur, that is reduction, and hydrogen sulfide gains oxygen and it forms water. Gain of oxygen, oxidation. Okay, then look at here. Manganese dioxide plus 4 hydrochloric acid gives manganese chloride plus 2H2O plus Cl2. Here what happens to the hydrochloric acid or hydrogen chloride?
Hydrochloric acid
loses its hydrogen. Hydrogen chloride
hydrochloric acid
loses its hydrogen. Loss of hydrogen, oxidation. Loss of hydrogen, oxidation. And what happens to the manganese dioxide? MnO2 loses its oxygen. MnO2 changes to MnCl2. Here it is there, oxygen is there. But here there is no oxygen. That means MnO2, manganese dioxide, loses its oxygen. Loss of oxygen. What is loss of oxygen? Loss of oxygen reduction. Is that clear? If a substance gains oxygen, it is said to be oxidized. If a substance loses its oxygen, it is said to be reduced. If a substance gains oxygen during the reaction, it is said to be oxidized. If a substance loses its oxygen during the reaction, it is said to be reduced. Just look here. Here what happens to the hydrogen? Hydrogen gains oxygen. That means if a substance gains oxygen, it is said to be oxidized. In that way, hydrogen oxidizes to water. Hydrogen oxidizes to water. And what happens to the copper oxide? If a substance loses oxygen during the reaction, it is said to be reduced. That means copper oxide reduces to copper. Hydrogen oxidizes to water. Copper oxide reduces to copper. And here aluminium oxidizes to Al2O3. Fe2O3 reduces to Fe. Then sulfur dioxide reduces to sulfur, and hydrogen sulfide oxidizes to water. Okay, so if a substance gains oxygen, it is said to be oxidized. If a substance loses oxygen, it is said to be reduced. Okay, and what about here? Hydrogen
hydrochloric
chloride,
acid
right? Hydrogen
hydrochloric
chloride
acid
oxidizes to Cl2, and MnO2, manganese dioxide, reduces to manganese chloride.
Oxidation is a process which involves addition or gain of oxygen and removal or loss of hydrogen. A substance that gains oxygen is said to be oxidized. Reduction is the process which involves removal or loss of oxygen and gain or addition of hydrogen. A substance that loses oxygen is said to be reduced. Worked example. Consider the following equation. Fe2O3 plus 3CO gives 2Fe plus 3CO2. Which substance is oxidized? Carbon monoxide is oxidized. Gain of oxygen. Which substance is reduced? Iron oxide is reduced. Loss of oxygen. Which is the oxidizing agent? Iron oxide is the oxidizing agent because it gives oxygen. Which is the reducing agent? Carbon monoxide is the reducing agent because it gains oxygen.
Now we can discuss very important points. Right? It is observed that reddish brown copper powder changes to black substance on heating. It is observed that reddish brown copper powder changes to black on heating. Suppose if you get such sentences, what should be your answer? You have to write this as the answer. On heating, reddish brown copper changes to black colored copper oxide. Which is that black colored copper oxide? Which is that black colored substance? Copper oxide. When we heat anything in the utensils, no, copper utensils, we get black deposit under. So that black deposit is copper oxide. So which is that black color deposit or black color substance? Copper oxide. Then you see next situation. On passing hydrogen over black copper oxide changes to reddish brown material. On passing hydrogen over black color copper oxide, it changes to reddish brown material. Write the balanced chemical equation and identify that products. Okay, so which is that product? Reddish brown product is copper, and the reaction is copper oxide plus H2 gives Cu plus H2O.
This is an activity from your textbook. Heat a china dish containing about 1 gram copper powder. What do you observe? The surface of copper powder becomes coated with black copper oxide. Why has this black substance formed? This is because oxygen is added to copper and copper oxide is formed. Thus, copper has combined with oxygen to form copper oxide. We say that copper has been oxidized to copper oxide. Hydrogen is passed over hot copper oxide. The oxide glows red hot and continues glowing even if you remove the Bunsen burner. Lot of heat is released during the reaction. The black copper oxide changes into reddish brown material which is found to be copper. Copper oxide has lost oxygen to form copper, whereas hydrogen has gained oxygen to form water. We say that copper oxide has been reduced to copper, whereas hydrogen has been oxidized to water.
Now we can discuss about the oxidizing agents and reducing agent. Oxidizing agent is a substance which gives oxygen or gains hydrogen. Oxidizing agent is a substance which gives oxygen or gains hydrogen. Can you say which is that process which gives oxygen and gains hydrogen? Yes, reduction. So, the substance which undergoes reduction acts as the oxidizing agent. What is oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is the substance which gives oxygen or gains hydrogen. That is reduction, right? Reduction is the process in which there is removal of oxygen or addition of hydrogen, right? So, what is oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is the substance which gives oxygen and gains hydrogen. So, if a substance undergo reduction, act as the oxidizing agent. Okay, then what is reducing agent? Reducing agent is the substance which gives hydrogen and gains oxygen. Reducing agent is a substance which gives hydrogen and gains oxygen. It is a substance which gives hydrogen and gains oxygen. What is oxidation? Oxidation is a process in which gain of oxygen and loss of hydrogen. So if a substance undergo oxidation, act as reducing agent. So how the combination? Oxidizing agent, reduction. Reducing agent, oxidation. So what is oxidizing agent? A substance which gives oxygen and gains hydrogen act as oxidizing agent. A substance which gives hydrogen and gains oxygen act as the reducing agent.
Oxidizing agent is a substance which gives oxygen or gains hydrogen. Reducing agent is a substance which gives hydrogen or gains oxygen. The above definitions also lead to the following conclusions. A substance which undergoes reduction acts as an oxidizing agent. A substance which undergoes oxidation acts as a reducing agent. You can see one example in here. Copper oxide plus H2 gives copper plus H2O. Copper oxide has given oxygen, hence copper oxide is the oxidizing agent. H2 has gained oxygen, hence H2 is the reducing agent.
Okay, now we can find out the oxidizing agent and reducing agent from these equations. What is oxidizing agent? Oxidizing agent is the substance which gives oxygen and gains hydrogen. And reducing agent is the substance which gains oxygen and gives hydrogen. Right. So here what happens to the copper oxide? Copper oxide gives the oxygen. Copper oxide gives the oxygen to form copper. So copper oxide acts as the oxidizing agent. And hydrogen gains oxygen. Hydrogen gains. So hydrogen acts as the reducing agent. Hydrogen. Okay. Here, zinc oxide loses its oxygen. Right. So zinc oxide oxidizing agent. But carbon gains oxygen. Carbon gains oxygen. So carbon acts as the reducing agent. Fe2O3 loses oxygen. So oxidizing agent. Aluminium gains oxygen. So reducing agent. Okay. Is that clear? Yes. Then see. Here you can see these reactions are examples of redox reaction. Why? Because the same reaction contains both oxidation and reduction. Right? That means we can show oxidation and reduction reactions in the same chemical equation. Such reactions are known as redox reactions. So redox reactions are the reactions which occurs oxidation and reduction processes simultaneously. There are some reactions which contains both the oxidation and reduction reactions. Such type of reactions are known as redox reactions. If an equation contains both oxidation and reduction, we can say that these reactions are redox reactions. So redox reactions are the reactions which involves oxidation and reduction simultaneously.
Redox reactions. Reduction and oxidation always occurs together. Hence, these reactions are called redox reactions.
Now we are about to discuss effects of oxidation reactions in everyday life. Corrosion and rancidity we are going to discuss under this heading. First we can discuss about the corrosion. What is corrosion? Corrosion is the slowly eating up of metals by the attack of atmospheric gases like oxygen, carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, water vapor, etc. on the surface of the metal so as to convert the metal into oxide, carbonate and sulfide. Which means when a metal is attacked by the substances around us like acids, bases, atmospheric gases, etc., it is said to be corrode. And this corrosion makes damages to the car bodies, railway tracks, bridges and all the objects made of metals. In total, corrosion is a serious issue. Now we can discuss some examples of corrosion. The most common example for corrosion is rusting of iron. When iron articles exposed to moist air for long time, their body is covered with brown, flaky or non-sticky substances called rust. This is the equation for that. So that brownish deposit is Fe2O3xH2O. That means rust is chemically hydrated ferric oxide. Rust is chemically hydrated ferric oxide. Rust is chemically known as hydrated ferric oxide. Why the term hydrated? Because it contains water molecules. Similarly, copper utensils loses its shine or luster after some time. This is due to the deposition of green colored basic copper carbonate. See, copper, on reacting with this, it forms basic copper carbonate. So that greenish deposits over the copper article is basic copper carbonate. You have to write basic copper carbonate, otherwise you will not get the mark. So this part decides it's a base. So what is the formula for basic copper carbonate? CuCO3 CuOH twice. So it is in green color. So that greenish deposit over the copper article is basic copper carbonate. Okay. Likewise, silver articles lose its luster or shine and become dull when exposed to air. This is due to the formation of black silver sulfide on its surface by the action of hydrogen sulfide from the air. See, 2Ag plus H2S give Ag2S. This Ag2S is the black deposit. This is because the anglets, the anglets become black after using some time, right? So this is due to the formation of black silver sulfide on it. And there are different types of prevention techniques to avoid the rusting of iron, like painting, greasing, galvanization, oiling, etc. Rancidity. The food containing oil and fats, if left for a long time, they generate bad smell and taste. This is because the food containing oil and fats get oxidized by the time. That means this is due to the action of oxygen in the food. In simple way, we can define rancidity is the oxidation of oil or fats in a food resulting into a bad smell and bad taste. If we keep the food containing oil and fat outside for a long time due to the action of oxygen, there is a change of smell and taste. That condition is known as rancidity. We have several methods to prevent the rancidity, like antioxidants. Use antioxidants. By the use of antioxidants. What are antioxidants? Antioxidants are the substances which slow down the process oxidation or which prevent the contact between the food and oxygen. Thereby, we can avoid the effect of oxidation up to some extent. Second one, vacuum pumping. Vacuum pumping means removal of air from the packet. These air contain oxygen. This presence of oxygen facilitates oxidation. So if we avoid the air from the packet, we can reduce the process rancidity. And the third one, replacing air by nitrogen. This air contains oxygen, so the presence of air increases the chance of rancidity. So if we remove the air from the packet and if we fill any other gas, we can reduce the effect of oxidation. And the last one, the normal method of prevention, refrigeration. Refrigeration provides low temperature, so low temperature reduces the effect of oxidation.
Prevention of rusting. Use of protective layer. Painting used in cars, ships, bridges. Greasing tools and machine parts. Zinc plating, galvanizing zinc roofs. Tin plating, food cans, creates barrier around the metal, preventing contact with oxygen and water. Methods to prevent rancidity. The different methods used to prevent or slow down rancidity is to slow down oxidation of oils and fats in the foodstuffs. This is generally done by any one of the following methods. First one, by adding antioxidants. In food industry, a number of special types of substances are added before packing which slow down the process of oxidation. Such substances are antioxidants. Vacuum pumping. In a number of cases, after packing the food, the containers is evacuated before sealing so that no air or oxygen is available to bring about the oxidation of the food. Replacing air by nitrogen. In some foodstuffs, the air present around them is replaced by nitrogen in the packet containing the foodstuff. Thus, oxidation of the foodstuff is prevented. For example, bags of chips are flushed with nitrogen to prevent them from oxidation. Refrigeration of the foodstuff. This method is very common at home. We keep the foodstuff in the refrigerator. Due to the low temperature, oxidation is slowed down.
So this is the end of today's class. Watch the video carefully. Mark the important points and make use of this video.